Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux. Yeah, we ran the kitty for an extra 15 more seconds. Greetings everybody. How's everyone's evening doing on here? So today we're going to look at the live look of MX 17.1. They have released the release candidate one, today, yesterday, I don't know, somewhere recently. And so we're going to go ahead and have a look at that. So let's go ahead and start out. So Isaiah Briggs, greetings. Q1 Fiend, Craig, hello there. Fat Elvis, greetings. Fat Elvis is in the house. Ain't nothing but a hound dog. No, not a hound dog. Craig prefers Nemo, as do I. My favorite file manager. Alright, Gail, how's it going there? Unleash the kitty. Yes, unleash the kitty on the world. Yeah, the other fun thing you can do is you can name your dog Kitty and just go, here, kitty, 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 and a big old dog will come running. That's always a good thing to do, right? Should I have named you Puppy? Here, Puppy, Puppy, Puppy. And then you would have come running? Yeah, what do you think? No, he's like, no, I don't want to be called a dog. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's see. Love my Blue Point Siamese Cat Jarvis. That's right. Pizza, pizza, pizza. Greetings, sir. How's it going? Linux Daily. Hello there. Downgrading my Windows hard drive to Windows 8.1. There you go. Keegan. Hello there. More people said more kitty. Yeah, I did an extra 15 seconds of the kitty. Joe, how's it going there? LJ, how's it going there? Stuck in traffic. I'm not doing too bad. Yeah, I know, Chicago traffic. That's kind of crazy. Dave Lauren, how's it going? Jason K, hello. Mitchell, how's Phoenix doing? It's still kind of cold up here. What is it? Yeah, it's about 30s up here. Michael F, what's up? Not too much. The kitty's up. Hello. Davey, I can't get pepper flash for some reason. Yeah, I mean, I went to the store to buy pepper today. I ran out of pepper and a little grinder, you know. Is that the fat bloated Elvis? Grant Heckle, how's it going? The ISO is taking forever. Why are you even downgrading it? I mean, all of the bad stuff in Windows 10 has been backported to Windows 8 anyway. Why bother? But anyway. I guess if you don't like Windows 10, that's a good reason. Sub-Zero, greetings. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a look here at the release candidate 1 here. So we're going to go ahead and start in with the website stuff and the release notes. So if you are unfamiliar with MX Linux, this is one of the better Linuxes for just for a light small spec PC. This is considered one of the better ones, and someone correct me, I think it's sysv, someone correct me, what is the system initialization manager? That's one of the things that's different about it. It is based on Debian and it runs a XFCE, and it's one of those that just puts the XFCE bar on the side. So it's kind of cool. I've never actually run it on systems, but it is one of the top ones that I recommend. It has a lot of good support, and the developers are very active in the community as well, and so it's a great thing to look for. So they do release a couple of these a year. They'll start basically one major one a year, and then they'll do some upgrades. So this is 17.1, so of course we're still building on till last year, so I'm not sure if there's going to be an 18 or not. If somebody is more in the know, let me know. But anyway, the release note is the release note for this distro here. You can download it from SourceForge. There's the link here. I'll try and remember to put the link in here. I don't have it in there in the video description yet. But there are some updates to the packages. 4.15 kernels for 32 and 64-bit. We also have the ability to easily change kernels, or downgrade the Debian stable kernel. So I'm going to actually be playing with that. I got a little device just to kind of play and tinker with a little bit. I've been trying to decide which distro. I've always said, you know, if I would like GNOME anywhere, it would be a touchscreen. But the problem is, GNOME's just still too system resource heavy. Some people have said this would work on the tablets out of the box. At least this one doesn't. I still want to download maybe the official releases of the 17.0. Try that. But the fact that it's kernel 4.15 that's actually kind of neat, because I need some of the absolute most latest hardware support on this device, which I will unveil at a later time. Browser Firefox 58.0.2, VLC 2.2, and if you do want to try out the VLC 3, it is in the test repos. Clementine is there, 52.6. They do have LibreOffice 6, so that is great. If you are a LibreOffice user and you are interested in using LibreOffice 6, you have that ability. Lucky Backup 0.4.9-1. We have passwords and keys, and the XFCE terminal is updated. One of the major things that I saw in here that I'm curious to see the functionality of is the auto updater. I am not a fan of these, but I want to see how this one works. It does say that it is an option in the preferences to enable unattended upgrades. I do not like unattended upgrades. If I want unattended upgrades, I might actually stick with Windows 10. Just a thought. And so I do want to see, though, how they run it and what they're doing. This team pretty much has their head on correctly, and so I'm anticipating it will actually be a nice feature, so I want to look into that. We have MX Live USB makers, now more functional front end. MX Tweaks adds config options in the tab for resetting light DM and Thunar custom actions in the distro defaults. Okay, so if you do something goofy, then you can actually reset it. Improve localization, and then a few other miscellaneous items that you can read there as well. So with that, I'm actually going to go ahead and boot up the VirtualBox, and let me move my comments out of the way there so I can actually see my VirtualBox. Let's see. I think that this one's already set to Debian, so let's just go ahead and use this. Let's do MX 17.1. I think everything else should probably be all right. And then where'd you go? MX 17, release candidate 1. And this is a release candidate. This does not mean it's the final release there's going to be. What they'll do is a couple of release candidates and then taking some feedback. Also, I should note on the website here that there is some feedback. So if you are going to be testing this, make sure you hit this button here and give them some feedback. That will help them determine the best one of the release candidates, and what's working, what's not, etc. That's helpful for the developers. All right, so we'll go ahead and I'm going to start this up in the VirtualBox, and I'm going to have a look at the comments as this guy starts up, and then we will go ahead and have a look at this. Do that. All right. The other thing I will mention here, I'll do this at the beginning and at the end here, but tomorrow I think is the last day to get 15% off anything in the store. So if you wanted to buy a coffee cup, which doesn't look good in the green screen, but if you want to buy a coffee cup or a very useful shopping bag, once again, green doesn't like the yellow. And I have some t-shirts. So I wear this in a few different videos. They do look a lot better than the green screen shows. And mouse pads. So those things and more inside of the merchandise store at shop.switchtolinux.com. There is 15% off everything in the store right now for the launch of the store, and you can go check out the store there. And if you are thinking about doing something, picking something up, 15% off until I think tomorrow is when it officially ends. All right, let's see some comments here real quick. 12 inches and 31 degrees. That's exciting. Windows 10 sucks. Concur. Fist bump. Let's see. No Flash player for Linux. Chris Baker. Chris Parker. Did I get my email? Possibly. I don't know. I actually get several hundred emails a day, so I will flip through emails as I have the time. Second ISO, the burned to a USB. I'm going to distro it by deleting every registry key and rebooting. Okay. So CE is the only DE and available by default. Yes, MX is a XFCE specific distro. If anybody knows otherwise, let me know, but that's my understanding. All right, I'm thinking of switching to Fedora on my Ubuntu LTS machine as a result of 1804's data collection and canonicals. make sure you test it extensively before. I don't run Fedora because a lot of it doesn't work, especially if you're used to things working really well out of Ubuntu. It may not work as well out of Fedora. So make sure you check into that quite thoroughly before you make the switch. Might think out of switching to this just because it's based on Debian. Yes, absolutely. This is one of the best distros to use. Currently have 1604.4 right now. So MX is good for old MacBooks. Okay. Canonical is paired up with Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft does a lot with a lot of different Linux foundations. I'm not super concerned about that as long as they don't start directing what's in the distros, but that's when it starts getting scary. But I don't know, with Ubuntu starting to collect data, that's a little odd. But okay, Mike is it is photobombing. No, I missed. All right, thank you. Appreciate that. Stupid photobomber. I missed that. Thanks. Religious email. Yeah, I can't remember if I got it or not. I'll have to look for it. All right, rolling release or regular full reinstall. I believe that many of these there is a install pathway. I just can't remember, and since I've not run this one specifically, if there's somebody else in here who actually runs it, then ask them. This Fedora seems to work out of the box and is ready to go. I love that it's far more cutting edge. SSC Linux enabled by default. One of the things though that doesn't tend to work as well is media, codecs, things like that. So be sure you check into that. Does Debian have PPAs? I do not believe it does. I've never at least tried to install a PPA. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and have a look at the distro here. So here we are booted into MX. You can see that we are in the live system right now, and it is actually running full screen by default, which is good. The kitty's going to come up and point out something. This is MX Linux. It rocks. Thank you, kitty. All right. So let's go ahead and close the welcome screen. Just poke around a little bit here. So of course, here's your LibreOffice. You can see this is running LibreOffice 6. Let's see what else we have. MX Package Installer, Task Manager. So you'll see this is only using 5% of the memory right now, and there are 8 gigs of memory installed in this VirtualBox at the moment. So that's nice and handy. Let's just go ahead and run the installer and see what the installation process looks like. So here, MX Linux is an independent Linux distro based on Debian stable. MX Linux uses some components from MIPIS Linux, which are released under an Apache free license. Some components have been modified for MX Linux. All right, so here we can choose custom install, auto install using entire disk. We can run the partition tool. So yes, we are going to format the full disk. This is just my testing disk here. You want to go, or what are you doing, kitty? Just don't type on my keyboard. You are not allowed to type on my keyboard. All right, so it's formatting the drive right now. Let's go ahead and just poke around under the hood a little bit more. See what else we have. Let's see, here's our games. Let's see what the Hearts looks like. Actually, I want to see what the Solitaire looks like. Here we go. There's this little Solitaire game. See if you can change the card style or not. Okay, so there's actually a good deal of card styles you can use. There you go. So graphics, we have GIMP. We have pretty much everything else is just basic utilities. Firefox, GNOME, Dial-Up, Thunderbird, Transmission, Multimedia, or Clementine would be your main media player, or music player, I should say. SM2, browse and search videos from YouTube. VLC, XFCE, XF Burn. GUVC view, which is a nice application. I usually use install that. So see, and there's a CD ripper. So anything that you might need, this is one of the reasons this is good for newbies to Linux, is it already has a lot of tools that are popular for doing a lot of tasks in here. And so you have that. Now we also have the ability to install codecs. So if you are new to Linux, a lot of, I should say, a number of your Linux distros do not come with all of the codecs installed, which are what are required to listen to music, play DVDs, things like that. And the reason is some of those formats are proprietary. And what you need to be able to do for the proprietary is sometimes, in some instances, you need a license, in some instances you don't. And so what Linux distros will do is many of them will have the option in an installer to install those codecs, but they don't necessarily have them installed by default. And so most distros, you'll see the option either during the installation process, you can install the codecs, or there will be a quick link to install them. Some of the more difficult ones, you might have to track down how to install them. Fedora used to be that way, although I think it's a lot better now. If somebody uses Fedora in the comments and will tell me about that, then I'd be glad to answer that and update the system. MX Conky. So the MX tools are just a variety of different specific tools to MX. If you are using NVIDIA, there is the NVIDIA driver installer, so that's actually good. Let's see, select your default sound options. So it's basically a lot of different tools in here that make using the system configurations a little bit easier and better to use. Under Office, we have a FB reader. It's actually one of the readers that I like to use on a Linux system. We have LibreOffice. Let's see, PDF Shuffler. Actually, that's a nice application I use on some of my things where I have to manage more PDFs and things like that. Inside of your settings, just a variety of other settings. So the difference is between the settings and the tools. Settings is you'd find the settings inside of any XFCE build. Those are going to control all your kind of basics. MX tools, what makes us different is these are some custom tools that the MX developers thought were a little bit missing, and so including these makes it easier for a newer user to figure out some of the things that you need to do. So that's why we have those separate items. And then system are just going to be some other tools. Gparted for doing disk partitions, HTOP for showing system processes, user switchers, printers, or Samba, which allows us to access network drives. Of course, with XFCE, I've showed this on many of my videos, so we're not going to do it here, but you can move the bar around. If you don't like it on the side, you can move it around. Okay, so now we're installing Grub. Grub is what allows you to boot the system. So I'm going to just go ahead and install that right where it would like. This is on a virtual machine, and so on the virtual machine, I just have one disk in the virtual machine. And that might take a few more minutes. Let's have a look at our Firefox version. I think this is what, excuse me, 58. So definitely the Quantum version. We're going to go ahead and Firefox Quantum 58.0.2 64-bit. All right. Okay, File Manager, that's still installing, so let's just go over. Oh, looks like it might be about done. All right, computer name, MX, example.com. Okay, that's all fine. All right. Don't care. All right. Keyboard, so this is where you want to select your localities on your keyboard. This is one of the things I really like about this is you can choose your clocks. A lot of Linux distros just default to 24-hour time format, and you got to figure out how to change it. This one gives you the option right in the middle of the system. Let me see the service settings. Okay, so these are various services that you might want to enable or disable. So if your system doesn't have Bluetooth on it, you might just uncheck that just to prevent extra things from loading up. So all that's good. So we're just going to go ahead and hit next. Default username, let's just do MX Linux. MX Linux, MX. Whoa, I gotta spell it right though. It's Linux, and root password, we're just gonna do the same. We're not going to encrypt anything. I don't care about auto login. Actually, let's just go ahead and do auto login this time. Okay, and we are finished. Installation is complete. Do you want to reboot? Yes, we will go ahead and reboot now. Alright, so comments. I gotta stick this way so the mic picks me up better. Alright. Upgradable fixed releases. Okay. So apparently you can upgrade the point releases, so 17.0 can go up to 17.1, but I can't go from 17 to 18. I believe that's what I'm understanding. May see time in the digital future where photobombing becomes a hate crime. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Photobomb, I'm cooler. Thank you, kitty. I was photobombed by the kitty. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Greetings, Dr. Rob. How's it going there? Snowbound in New Jersey. All right. Okay, if Ubuntu collects your data, will Linux Mint remove it? I know how they remove what they don't like. Most likely they will, because Linux Mint has generally stood against that. However, in the latest release of Linux Mint, there is a application crash. There is the crash reporter. So I'm not sure. And I haven't heard anything from it yet. So it'll be interesting to see. Kitty has that Predator see-through armor. Yes, he does. He does indeed. Right, Kitty? He's about to claw my face off, I think, isn't he? Yes. Yes. Main reason I don't want to use Debian, other than they're a lot more respectful than Canonical. I wish I'd get my school to use Linux, but they're closed-minded and use slow Windows. Yep. Type, Kitty, type. All right, there's a kitty comment. Kitty left a comment. Can you move the sidebar to the bottom of the screen? Yes, yes you can. Do you guys want to see me do that? What is that? Impermanent Human. Would you like to see how to do that? I will gladly do it if you would like. I've shown it in like every MX Linux video I've done, but I will do it again if you want. MX Linux has a codex installer. Yes. I want Lineage OS made from Android Go. Oh, made for Android Go, I'm guessing. You configure dial-up with a 14.4 baud modem. Hello, Joe. How's it going? Dope. Press the Alt key in Firefox to bring up the menu bar. Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you. I guess that's kind of makes intuitive sense, doesn't it? MX Linux is like Solus but stable. We have a fight. We have a fight. Next Firefox release should be Tuesday next week. Greetings, Derpington. How's it going there? Expect Firefox update next week for those who use Firefox. Take care of Kitty. Mine is 15 and now nearing the end, but happy and healthy. Yeah, this guy's 8 years old. My other one's 10 years old. This one's 8 years old. Alright, so back to the distro. Here we are logged in there. So the little green folder looking dude, this is the update manager. So we're going to go ahead and look at that. Let's see. Switch to basic upgrade and full upgrade. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I want to look for the information there on the unattended upgrades. Come on. Come on. Are you working? It is not. Come on. It's like it has vanished on me. If anyone knows, can tell me how to get that thing back, I'd appreciate it. I mean... Hey, there we are. I seem to be getting something. All right. So now I'm going to go up into Settings, Preferences. And I'm just going to walk through all of these. This is Synaptic Package Manager, though. Smart upgrade. What I was wanted to see is how is the system doing the unattended upgrades. That is, let me check the MX tools for that. Codex installer, boot repair. MX tweak, user manager. Let's try the MX tweak. That just does the panels, I think. Okay, so in the comments, anybody who's using MX, loading this is just bringing up the Synaptic Package Manager. What I would like to see is according to the release documentation, there should be the application in here that has the option of unattended upgrades. I want to see what that option looks like. Let's see. Let's right-click there. Okay, there we go. Right-clicking brings it up. Okay. Basic, full, open Synaptic, opens update, view upgrades, automatically answer yes. Okay, so right here, the auto update is disabled by default. So you have the option to go in there and disable it or enable it or disable it. So this will not add new or remove existing packages. It will just push updates. And so, okay, so that's actually what I was most curious to see. And that actually is very nice. I like how that's being implemented. So that's good. All right, what else should we have a look at in here? I think everything else should be about the same that we've already looked at. Let's just go ahead and just double check what the comments are saying real quick. Let's see. Dolphin mentioned 17.1 was coming out soon. He did not say when the stable version would be released. Is this? I don't know if they have a release schedule. I don't follow MX builds quite as much. But this is release candidate 1. I don't know that usually it's typical to do 2 or 3 release candidates at least. So presumably within a couple of months they'll come up with it. Would be my guess. Check in is everything yes. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and show you how to adjust the panel, since somebody had asked specifically about that. So coming over here, panel preferences. You want to unlock the panel, which will allow you to drag it around. One of the cool things about XFCE is you can literally put it right in the middle of your screen. Or if I do this, I got a panel coming out of my head. The other thing, though, now that is the desk bar. You also have vertical, which is very similar. And then you have the horizontal, in which case you can have it on the top or you can move it to the bottom. So that's actually how you make the adjustments to the panel, for those that have asked about that. I'm going to go ahead and put it back to the vertical, and I think I want to use... Yeah, I'll go ahead and use the desk bar. Then just go ahead and relock the panel, and that way you won't accidentally move it at some point in time. You can automatically hide it or not hide it, and then increase or decrease the size of the panel if you want as well. You can do multiple rows, and you can also increase or decrease the length of the panel. As far as the appearance, you can use a single image, you can do colors, or you can do the system default. If you are doing images or colors, then you will have some ability to adjust we can enable compositing there to adjust the alphas and things. I didn't do that yet. But you can go ahead and do that. I'm just going to go ahead and use the system. And then here's how you adjust the items. So right now, which starts at the top, we have a separator, we have a clock, we have a separator, window buttons, separator, launchers. Each of these are separate launchers. And then that's kind of how you set up things on the panel. So that's how you do the panel adjustments. Excuse me, the cat is just like pushing up kitty hair all over the place. Alright, just scored a 4 Intel Xenon ES2670s for free today. Nice. 8-core, 16-thread, getting lunch when the business was getting new computers and was throwing stuff out. Their IT let me go. That's very sweet. Let's go ahead and walk through for anybody new wanting to know about codecs. So over here, just pull up the codecs installer. And then over here, it's of course going to ask you, do you assume legal responsibility for downloading codecs? Generally, to my understanding, the way the law generally works is for personal use. It is okay to download these. If you're business use, then it may not be. You need to look it up for your individual thing. So now I'll just push the OK button. It's going to go ahead and install all that. And then I should be able to go ahead and do those adjustments. So they have been downloaded and installed. So now if I go into my network, then I should be able to get into my my network here and play some music. So let's go ahead and transfer on back over here for a second. Grab some music. And let's see. What should I play? What should I play? Let's go for some Beethoven, shall we? So I just drag and dropped it off of there, no big deal. So that was excellent. Let's go ahead and refresh. Okay. So now I have this Beethoven music up here. And of course, I can't see if it looks like it's playing. My speakers, I think, are hooked into the other computer, so I actually don't have sound right now. All right, well, anyway, but it is working. So this is Clementine Media Player comes with it. I like Clementine. It's pretty nice. Not too bad. Hey, Run with a Dolphin. I believe Run with a Dolphin is... You're a developer on MX, right? Run with a Dolphin. Okay. Codecs permit audio and video functions. Correct. Okay, if you use XFCE tools out of the gate and adjust the panel, all the plugins will be backwards. Use MX tweak tools. Note it says panel with tweaks on the welcome screen. Yeah, let me go ahead and find the welcome screen again. I'm in the habit of just closing those really quick, but it's really worthy of getting it. So if you are new on MX, we have a user's manual, wiki. We have tools over here. So this actually gives you all of the MX tools without having to dig through the menu. So if you are on NVIDIA, you're going to want to go through here. If something gets goofed up with the boot, you have the ability to do that. Creating live USB keys, things like that. One thing actually I tested and was not able to work is I have a tablet with a 64-bit processor and a 32-bit EFI bootloader only. And the system, despite having the EFI 32-bit file, will not actually boot. And so I'm going to leave a comment on that. I have not tested previous versions either. It's just that's the type of device that I have. I'm doing some tests with. Somebody suggested MX works on those. Great. I wasn't able to get it to work with this one. I do want to try one of the older ones though before determining that. Here's a device, iDevice mounter. Do I have? I don't know where my iDevice or the cables for it are. But here is the iDevice mounter. So if you are plugging in an iPhone, iPad, something with iOS, go ahead and do that, and you'll be able to do that. Repo managers. All right, let's close that out. See what else is in here. Here's your tweaks. So this is your MX tweak for your panels. So here you can display right or left on your panel here. You can display horizontally or vertically. So that's kind of what these are doing. Couple themes installed by default. Here's a dark theme if you want dark. I think the light is what our default was. That's a neat looking panel. Well, that one's for the vertical. See, the differences between the horizontal and the vertical is how the gradients work. I like that because I really like your skeuomorphic gradient. So that's actually a really cool gradient in there. That's nice. And so there you go. Here's your compositors. All right. Here's your forums, videos. If you do like the system and you're using it, please go ahead and contribute to the project. That helps the developers move on. And then here's popular apps. This is actually a nice function because it's gives you the ability to kind of look for popular things without having to dig through Synaptic. Again, geared towards a new user that may not know what everything is. So you want audio, here's all the different things. Web browsers, we have Chromium, Google Chrome's available, Opera. Pale Moon's available. It's usually Pale Moon's not easy to find in many repos. That's cool. Children's stuff. Here's your development tools. Doc, Cairo Doc is my favorite one. Email applications, Thunderbird of course is installed. There's Claws, file managers. Here's Flash. Adobe Flash is pre-installed. FTP. So if you do need to run some older Windows games, Play on Linux will allow you to do that. Steam is over here as well. So this is just a really nice system inside of their platform here, because it's just really geared towards the user friendly. Everything seems to work really nice. I think I really got to run this on some distro or on some hardware pretty soon, particularly the lighter weight stuff that I might have laying around. So that's kind of cool. All right, let's see other comments here. Let's jump on over to the comments. I'm just going to go ahead and leave the screen here because the picture on this is just so beautiful. All right. Use XFCE tools out of the gate. Okay, I think I looked at that one. That's when we could expect the stable 17.1 release. guys, what is the best Linux distro for a PC with 1 gig of RAM, Celeron 3060 CPU? Try MX Linux. You'll see that this guy is running at 587 megabytes, and it'll probably, like, if you're not looking at this one, Peppermint's actually what I use on my netbook, which is much lighter. Other than that, there's not a ton of other ones. This one here is probably going to be the better one because it's going to support a lot more range of hardware. And actually, another reason it's running so high, I think, is Clementine is still on. And probably still playing music. Yeah, so you'll see that drop that down to 300. So definitely try it out on this one, Cyber Hacker. Try MX on it. The Debian update due that we want to squeeze in. Oh, okay, cool. Hate crime equals hug. I'm telling you. I'm going to go hug my pfSense router today. Click the I in the popular apps tab. It will give a screenshot if available. Oh, really? Okay, let me look at that real quick. Inside here? Let's see. I think you've lost me there. Hold on, wait. Let me go ahead and... Yeah, where's that at, Dolphin? Click the I in the popular apps tab. Give you a screenshot if available. Let me go to something like this. Like that's I up there? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know what you mean. All right. Test out to see if you get older Cubezilla or the latest. And I don't know what the latest Cubezilla is, so I will display it on the screen, and you tell me if it's the latest or not. I don't know what the latest is on this one. FinOR custom actions now force a password prompt on all root level actions. If you leave test repos enabled, they will eventually pull updates. Any word on Wayland support? Hey, Anarita, greetings. Can I install Ubuntu packages on MX? I don't know. I'm going to let Run with the Dolphin answer that one. You reset the function MX tool to bring those changes in. Total swap through. Much as I love Pep, MX actually seems edgier than it for speed and functionality. Oh, Peppermint, okay. Definitely many more features and options for sure. Yeah, and you know, if I had known MX Linux was a thing before I installed Peppermint, I probably would have installed this on my netbook. But with it working perfectly as it is right now, I'm not changing anything. So I'm just going to keep running Peppermint on that. But I'm looking at what distro to run on this new device. right now, and I have literally been through. I've looked at Mint. I had to do some customizations. I've looked at Debian. I've looked at Fedora. I could not get this MX running on it, but I'm going to try the official releases for now. The green icon right in the middle. Oh, duh. Thanks. Dirt. Yeah, I totally missed the little eye sitting right there. I'm thinking the eye up here. Well, and the reason I did, a friend of mine is programs a shopping cart, a custom-built shopping cart. Literally, the little E in his name logo in the bottom of the cart clears the page cache. And so it's a little Easter egg I look for. So yeah, duh, hello. The big green E right in the middle, people, yes. Thanks, Dolphin. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, that will, so let's see, that does not, let's go with something else in the middle. It looks like it's not telling me the version, but it does give me the screenshot, yes. Tell CJ his cat, he'll figure it out for Tom. Yes, CJ, did you figure it out? Did you figure it out? Yeah. Did you? Did you figure it out? All right. All right. All right. Hold on. Come on. Come on. Hey, get off my mouse. The cat's throwing my mouse around. The cat just threw my mouse on the ground. All right. Come here, you. The kitty's getting violent over here, man. Kitty's getting violent. Oh, boy. And I just lost my comment bar. It's all Kitty's fault. Just blame the kitty. All right. Brought me a glass of milk before bed, just like the toddler. There you go. Yeah, CJ's trying. MX Linux is probably an underrated distro. Want to achieve that kind of home hospitality? I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes the hardest things are right in front of you. MX17 is rated 9.6 out of 10 on DistroWatch by over 200 users. Highest rating of any distro. Cool. Let's see. Some use MX was using weird kernel. Is that still the case? Mm. 4.15.0-1 is the kernel. All right. Well, I think I've been through everything inside the distro here, and yeah, it looks really nice. I'm going to test out if I can get the get MX working on that 64-bit processor, 32-bit EFI bootloader thing. I'm going to try it out with a different version, one of the current stable ones, and see what I figure out with that. But anyway, with that being said, I think what we're going to do is wrap this video up. So of course we're going to end this properly with feeding of the cretin right here. And uh-oh, kitty, you know it's coming. Whoa. He's like, whoa, I get kitty treats and I get to get a chance to stand on the desk. That's awesome. Right, kitty? Oh, smell that in there? Oh. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. Whoa. Oh, we lost one. Houston, we lost it. Yeah. Into the light. Into the light, little kitty. Oh. Are they finger looking good? Are the finger looking good? Yeah, now we just got to find that other one that fell on the ground, huh? Yeah, we got to find that other one that fell on the ground, don't we? You're so lucky you get 4 today. Yes, you do, because I dropped one. I don't know where it is, but I dropped one. Let's see if I can find it real quick before I have to move the cat. Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it, kitty. I see it. Nope. Here. It is right here, kitty. There you go. Oh, nope. There it is. Yeah, he's a happy cat. He's a happy cat. All right, let me find my comments there. I think I see a few more comments here, and so let's see. Yeah, stock Debian is still on 4.9. Yeah, and actually I tried Debian on that device, and I thought I needed the most up-to-date kernel on it, and the best I can find, I think I can get to 4.13. I did backports. I did every backport I could think of. Most I get is 4.13. So I definitely want to try this. Let's see. If it has a 32-bit UEFI, our installer won't support it. It will work live though. Really? Well, it actually doesn't boot at all. What I'm looking at though is, let me see if I can shut down this, and I'll show you what I'm looking at. Because actually, Linux Mint runs into the same problem that there is no 32-bit UEFI bootloader in it. And so what you can actually do on Linux Mint is drop the appropriate bootloader into the folder. And so if I come over, where's it at here? And MX, open with Archive Manager. All right. So in Linux Mint, if you come into here, EFI boot, you do not have the boot IA32 EFI. If you drop this file in the boot, then you can boot Linux Mint 64-bit onto a 32-bit UEFI bootloader. And that's what I had to do. So I was thinking the presence of this would at least allow it to boot live. It doesn't. And so what I'm going to try is I'm going to try one of the older or one of the stable ones, or B, just do a 32-bit system and see if that works. Of course, if I don't have the 32-bit EFI installer on the 32-bit system, still won't work. But we'll see what I can do. 30-bit, okay. Yeah, it's not working live, though. I tried it already. Oh, that's fine, Anna Rita. Can't swing a dead cat around the room without hitting a new distro. You know. Well, I can't swing a live cat around the room without hitting a new distro either. So, yeah, just a thought. Just a thought. Let's see. It's 30 days. Manjaro is dominating. Yep. I actually had a lot of really good experience of distros. I mean, I've never tried to interact with all the people, so I don't get involved in all the politics of things necessarily. Running MX17, does it auto upgrade to 17.1? I don't know. 32-bit ISO does have 32-bit EFI. That should work live. I still think the installer won't. I'll try it out, Dolphin, and I'll see what I can do. I'll download the stable 17 64-bit, and I'll download the 32-bit, and I'll see what happens on it. Just use Linux Mint. Most people will be fine. And actually, that's what I have on the device right now. I'm running Linux Mint KDE on that device right now. There's some functionality that's not working. And actually on that, I can't even upgrade to the latest kernel. Upgrading the kernel any higher, the thing won't boot. Oh well. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. So thanks for watching, folks. Once again, and I'm going to go ahead and shut off my green screen here for a second so I can show you the stuff better. Let's see. It's got to come over here and turn off green screen. All right, so once again, I do have coffee cups and T-shirts. This is the only design as of right now. I'm going to be working on some other designs soon. The T-shirts are actually American Apparel shirts, so they are pretty good quality. And also have fun things like shopping bags and things like that. So if you do want to help support the channel with any of those, the link is shop.switchtolinux.com. And as of right now, I think until tomorrow, there's 15% off any orders through the store through tomorrow. So if you were thinking of getting anything, then you can go ahead and check out that shop for those details there. And if there's anything else, let me know. So thanks for watching, folks. I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.